Hello, and welcome to this video where we're going to talk a little bit more about using the scheduling tool in project operations. And in this video, we're going to talk more about using it in an automatic way, as opposed to the previous video where we talked more about using it in a manual way, where we created a resource requirement and then added it to the schedule board. So the way that we go about this is by using the project page here. And as we've talked about in some of the other previous videos as well, is talking about actually adding project tasks to the project and planning out the project, as well as using those resource requirements. And basically what we're going to do here is combine the two. So with that being said, what we can do here is we can look at this task down here at the bottom, task 8. And what we've done here is we've created out the task to say it's in progress. We've assigned 2 hours to it. There's a number of effort remaining. There's a start and end date, schedule variance, and all the ways that we've created tasks in the past. What we want to do is on the assignment or assigned to column here. And what we have to do is look at generic resources. And so what a generic resource is and what it does is it's a resource that is not named. It just is a placeholder for a specific kind of requirement so that we can schedule efficiently and effectively, not using specific people later into the schedule board. So if we wanted to create a generic resource, we would go into the top here. Instead of going enter text to search for a specific person, we can create a generic resource by going into the 3 dots here and then adding a generic resource. So what we've done is we've already actually created a project team member, as you can see, that's been assigned already here. We have that generic resource related to this specific task there. So next thing we do is we want to go to the team tab, and we can see all of the different tasks assigned to a team member here. So as you can see, it's a generic resource that we just created. The role is a team member. The Calgary project team is the resourcing unit, and that position name, the one that we just created, is team member as well. And I did this so that it would relate directly to the role. From the task, we also saw that we had a start and finish date, and it was 2 hours, as you can see here. And so it's directly related to that task. As you can see with that as well, we have new, refresh, and flow at the top. But if we click into the requirements here, we can see that it's going to change our options. And what we can do directly from here is generate a requirement that's going to allow us to schedule directly into the scheduling board. So once we hit generate requirement, it's going to generate a resource requirement. What we can do is then go to resources and go to requirements to see that more in detail. So now we have that resource requirement here right at the top, Cabot Energy Project for a team member position. We have a from and to date and the duration, so we know that that's the one that we had just worked with. And we can click on it to see more of the details about what we're actually looking at here. So we have the name of it, which we can change. So let's say we want to say just team member assignment or something related to it, just so we're very clear about what we're assigning as opposed to just something from the project. Again, we can change the from and to date, the duration, the effort, the resource type if we want to specify that. And then what we've also done here is since we've added the role and the organization unit, that's also captured here. So when we go to the schedule board, we can ensure that we are getting the right requirements for this specific assignment. So the last portion of this is that we also know that it's related to this specific project. We can find that on the next page here. This can also be brought to the front page as all of these forms are customizable as well, as we've mentioned. So with that being said, once we have all of these different requirements put together, we can now go to the schedule board and see that the assignment or requirement is actually there. So here we can see in open requirements down at the bottom, we have a team member assignment. And if we click on it, we can see that all of the same information that was captured in the requirements table is also here as well. So with that being said, we have the role and the organization unit. So if we go and hit find availability, it's going to open the schedule assistant here. And what that's going to do is it's going to take people who are assigned the role of team member and are from the Calgary project team. It won't allow